Newcastle will need to strengthen their squad significantly ahead of competing in Europe next season, and an extensive set of arrivals is expected. The Magpies have enjoyed the luxury of being able to solely focus on domestic competitions this season, without the added stress of competing in Europe. Eddie Howe's side have capitalized on this, with Newcastle claiming their first major trophy in 70 years by winning the Carabao Cup, and performing exceptionally in the Premier League. However, following 3 windows without signing for their first 11 and with the Magpies guaranteed to be playing in Europe next season, the club are set for a busy summer. Newcastle are currently sitting 3rd in the Premier League, but a loss in their final game against Everton could see them fall to 7th. But who and how many players they sign will be contingent on which European competition they qualify for, as revealed by The Athletic. Newcastle set to sign fewer players with Champions League qualification. Writing in The Athletic's Q&A, Newcastle correspondent Chris Waugh revealed that the club are set to invest in their squad this summer, regardless of whether they are in the Champions League, Europa League, or even the Conference League. Whilst playing in UEFA's premier competition would give Newcastle a boosted budget, it would also impact the kind of players they target, should they qualify for the 2nd or 3rd tier competitions. Perversely, the Magpies will actually need more players, given the punishing Thursday to Sunday schedule. There have also been suggestions that they will focus on a few quality additions should they make the Champions League, whereas a greater number of younger prospects may be sought if it is the Europa League or Conference League. In any scenario, at least 4 players are required, with a right-sided centre-back, right-sided forward, a striker and a goalkeeper as the priorities, but potentially half a dozen or more players could arrive at St James Park this summer, following 3 windows with a first 11 signing. Another aspect of their European conundrum will be outgoings, with Champions League football increasing the likelihood of Liverpool target Alexander Isak, Arsenal target Bruno Guimaraes, and Anthony Gordon staying at the club. However, Newcastle are confident of keeping the trio, regardless of whether they do secure Champions League qualification. Amongst their targets this summer, Newcastle are interested in Matheus Cunha, whilst James Trafford has been identified as a replacement for Nick Pope. However, both players are highly sought after and will have plenty of options to choose from this summer. Amongst the myriad of factors, Champions League football will stand above most, as it is the competition all high-level players strive to compete in. Should Howe's side lose to Everton and fail to qualify, they will struggle to entice top talent to move to the northeast. It can often be hyperbolic to describe one match as season-defining, but in Newcastle's case, if they fail to win, it will be difficult to view this season as a success, even in spite of the silverware that was claimed in March.